Don't you get a Fry's or something nearby? Why don't you just take it down to Fry's and say, hey, give me another fucking one of these?
I don't have money for that.
Fucking USB cord.
Yeah, that's a solid $7. Come on, take it easy, man. I don't get paid from YouTube for another 12 days.
Oh my god.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to 4-Player Co-op. I'm Gladys, and with me as always are Cryptic Panther.
Hey everybody.
And Uberyoutuber.
What's going on?
Another 3-player podcast for you guys. I guess we just felt like lying to you with our name, but Doing Work's not going to be with us this episode due to it being his birthday, so we of course wish him a happy day and lots of sexy time.
Fuck
him.
Yay!
Go Doing Work. Do some work. All right, so this episode we'll be covering all the new information about Far Cry 5, and god damn, they released some good stuff. Also an explanation from Take-Two about Red Dead Redemption 2's delay, and some information about PSN and Xbox Live Games Pass. So, first, the big sombrero here, Far Cry 5. Panther, talk to us about what they released.
Oh man, the trailers come out today, and I say trailers because they give us lots. They give us the main, I guess, not really a teaser, but I guess the main story trailer, showing off the Seed family. It's going to be you're going to be fighting a crazy cult in Montana. When this Far Cry rumors were leaked and kind of passed around, like we mentioned last podcast, it was a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Western style. Yep. And then a lot of the people were speculating, and I think I might have mentioned on the last podcast that if it's not Western and it's any like kind of a present day Montana, then people were thinking like they're religious cults. And whoever said that was right on the head because it's exactly what it is. So from the trailer, if you watch the trailer, I'm going to link the trailer, and I'm going to link all the little trailers in the description. They come to Montana, and they're religious. I'm going to use the term whack jobs. They're a cult. And they believe, the end time is coming, and they're the only people that can save them, whether you want to be saved or not. And in other words, they're taking over this town, and they're indoctrinating all these people into their cult. And if you want to be in, you're in. If you don't, then I guess you're their enemy. So, they're forcibly taking people and turning them into cult members. Man, like co-op is back, like right from the start of the game, full campaign co-op. There's airplanes, there's tactical jeeps, there's muscle cars. It's present day, open world Montana, full of fucking crazies. I am excited.
I'm so excited.
It
looks fantastic.
More.
It really does.
It does. I watched the trailer like 3 times. I watched a few other things. The PlayStation Access people did like a 5 reasons to be excited. I watched that video right after I watched all the trailers. And the other trailers they give us introduced the 3 other kind of main type characters in the game. The priest, or the preacher, the bartender, and the name of her bar is the Whistling Beaver. Are you fucking serious?
That Far Cry craziness, of course.
Yes, I love it. The Whistling Beaver. That is like the best bar name I've ever heard in my life. Fuck. And
yeah, I would absolutely come into the Whistling Beaver.
There you go. And the other... Oh, damn.
Just wrap that rascal.
And the other in-person we get introduced to, and I can't remember their names. I had them on the webpage here, but I scrolled up.
Nick.
Nick is his name. I've scrolled up and down this. Mary May. Yes, Mary May. Where is the other fellow's name here? He's the guy with the airplane, the pilot. So planes are back.
Nick.
Yep. Nick, yes, Nick is back. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot of really other information. I mean, there's a bit. There's I guess some of the media that got to go to an event. They were given some information, but they're under NDA according to this Kotaku article. The only other information that was released is in changing the series, you can choose to play as a man or woman and pick your skin color. You're a junior deputy on the police force, though how you end up in Hope County is a secret. And it says that Far Cry's press event in New York, Hay talked to reporters through the opening events of the game, and on one condition we couldn't report it. presumably because Ubisoft wants that for E3 demo or something. So yeah, like there's a created character, which is kind of the first for Far Cry, because in the other ones you were given a character. That's who you were. That's who you played as. So this time you get to pick. You play a man or woman, and you get your pick your skin color. At least that's what all the tidbits are giving us right now. Yeah, so I'm stoked, man. I'm looking forward to more info on this.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, I had actually guessed way wrong on the just little bit of information that we had before the last podcast. I was expecting this because, you know, we were kind of, based on the rumor mill, looking at maybe like a Western themed, and, you know, obviously the location helped a lot with that, but I don't know. They really didn't release much in the way of the screenshots as far as hints, you know, towards the time period.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be modern, and then wow, they released a lot of footage, you know, with the main trailer and then the 3 character trailers. So I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. It seems much more, not only would I say, you know, somewhat relevant to current times and kind of the as they state in that article, you know, that feeling that just something is off, you know, like it's absolutely relatable, but like I don't know, it seems incredibly personal. And the 3 little character videos that we got, again, they were very personable. Like I believed these characters, you know, like the acting and the story that they laid out for us for each of them seemed incredibly, you know, like they're into it, you know, like I don't know, it was very, very believable.
Yeah,
well,
it really was. This could be very gripping, like a real gripping storyline.
In Far Cry 3 and 4, you know, the villains were kind of, I would say, very much unrelatable. You know, they were, I didn't see them as people, or, you know, like their stories, you know, while interesting and gripping, were still, again, not very personable, I would say. This really, really kind of hits home in a lot of areas, and that's some of the controversy that they said could arise from it.
And the thing is too, like when you watch the Mary May trailer, is like the bar was her father's, you know, she's running it now. The cult came into town. They took her brother. They took her mother, and her father's never been the same. So it is just personal for her.
Yeah.
You know, like and same with the preacher. Like, you know, like they basically rolled into town with this cult and took away his flock, right? So, and he said he's kind of quoting some Bible quotes in the trailer. I'm kind of giving everything away if you haven't watched the trailers, but when he opens it, like shows him with the Bible open and the guns in the Bible. I'm thinking that is just, it's that cliche, but it's well done with the quoting. I mean, I'm not a religious person, so the quoting of the Bible to me is not a big thing. I mean, but it was just the way that it was portrayed. And then it shows him walking in with the shotgun and stuff, and the fucking side of the church is all fucking blown out and shit.
Yeah, you know, something along the lines of like, if they're not my flock, then I must be the wolf. You know, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, so like I said, they definitely have piqued interest. I've always been a fan of the Far Cry games. Like I said before, I never played Primal. I watched quite a few videos on it. I never got into playing the game, but Far Cry 3 and 4, like I played the shit out of those games.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, when they announced 5, and then there was a little bit of information that was possibly a Western set in Montana and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm interested in it. Even now that it's present day, I'm still, I'm like, let's do this.
Well, present day just gives you more options, and I think the departure of the series going to Far Cry Primal, and why it wasn't like a numbered entry, is because it was so different.
Yeah,
it was very limited just by the time period it was set in, and that probably turned a lot of people off, especially, you know, fans of the past Far Cry entries. So I could see how they would want to get back to a modern setting, and I thought, again, you know, before the last podcast, that maybe they weren't going to go all the way and bring in modern, because 3 and 4 were both modern, you know,
right?
But they were just set, you know, in kind of like almost a third world scenario,
right?
So we haven't seen, you know, the full like current modern tech, you know, U.S. soil. Like we haven't seen a lot of this stuff before, so this is a departure, but in a more radical way that hits home.
Right.
I'm super excited.
We can drive it says iconic American muscle cars, big rigs, ATVs, and boats. So land, air, and sea.
Everything is
Pretty cool.
drivable. Yeah.
Pretty cool. I'm excited.
And also too, like there's information here, and we're kind of stepping into leaked rumor stuff again. It doesn't really coincide with information in the trailer because the release date is February 28th, I do believe. It's February, and I think it's the 28th the date. I'd have to, well, it's at the end of the trailer. I do believe it's the 28th of February.
It is,
but
yeah.
There was a Twitter post that I do believe, I don't know if it got deleted or not, but another person retweeted it, and I have a screenshot of it. It says here under, it gives a description of the game, and then it says under featured, it says pre-order the Gold Edition, which includes the game, Digital Deluxe, and Season Pass to play early from 7/11, which is 7 is the day, 11 is the month, so November 7th. I'm thinking that's got to be either like information. Maybe they had originally hoped for like a late November release, and you know before they were decided to launch the trailer and the actual release date, they pushed it back to February. And this information that was posted by Amazon UK is incorrect because there's no way they're gonna season pass and you know like a early release that far in advance.
Yeah, not 4 months.
Like I could see a week or 2 weeks or stretch even a month. I mean, with Battlefield done only a couple days when they done their, you know, pre-order, get it a couple days early, like on Tuesday, and everyone else had to wait till Friday. That was kind of the first time I'd seen any incentive to pre-order to get the game a couple days early. So I mean, them to say, okay, we're in November, December, January, like 3.5 months difference, like that is
it's
ludicrous.
Huge.
So there's no way. I tweeted. I mean, I know I don't have any pull-in with Ubisoft, but I mean, you know, I asked on Twitter, is this at all a viable information? Is this correct? Is this, you know? But I'm not getting a response back, and I tweeted them early in the day. But I mean, if I do happen to get a response back or happen to find any more information online via Reddit or any other Twitter posts, I'll definitely try to link it in the description of the video. But yeah, and it lists, like it says, access additional content. Like 50 caliber sniper rifle. Then there's the digital pack includes a big game hunter pack, ace pilot pack, explosive chaos pack, AR assault rifle, 44 handgun with unique skins, and then it says here, and this is kind of the quote from the game. It says, "Fight against a deadly cult." Why does it seem worded wrong? It says, fight against a deadly cult. Oh, and it must be and free Hope County in the solo or 2-player co-op. Recruit guns and fangs to hire and to help to defeat the cult. So even the wording isn't correct in this screenshot that's here because it's in the image it seems a little jacked together.
That might be a hint that it's a fake then.
Well, it's possible. I mean, it came from Amazon UK originally, so I don't know if just the screenshot or the way it was worded weird. But yeah, like some of the text doesn't seem right in a few spots.
Yeah.
But
well, the question that I would ask, well, I mean, I should say that first off, I don't agree with this practice.
Oh, I don't either. I mean,
asking people to shell in more money because the version that they're saying you need to pre-order is going to be the $120 version.
Well, yeah, $99 US or whatever. Yeah. 120 Canadian type deal. Right. I mean,
well,
like,
the season pass is normally the same price as the full game, so $60 and $60 US dollars. Well, that's what I was assuming. But either way, with that, I mean, like I said, I disagree with that just business practice as a start. You know, saying here, shovel all this money towards us. I also have to ask if this was legit, and we're talking about months before the final release, getting early access. Just for pre-ordering, can you pre-order, you know, say at GameStop, put $5 down, get access to this thing, and then just take your pre-order away? Like, what amount do you have to pay? Because I can't imagine that it would be that easy, because anybody could just, you know, put $5 down and pre-order. Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, whether that play early is they're going to release like a little bit of the kind of like, I don't know, maybe what is that, EA Origins or what's that thing on Xbox? Same thing? EA Play or whatever it's called.
EA Access?
Oh, yeah, EA Access or Origin or whatever. I wonder if that's kind of what it means. You pre-order, they let you play like an hour of the game or half an hour of the game early. Like, I have no idea. It's pretty vague.
Yeah,
I mean, to say
it could even be a demo. I mean, it could even
Yeah,
be
I was
just
I
a
was
demo,
thinking maybe
right?
if they have like an extremely isolated area that you could
Yeah.
do a few things. They could lock that down before
Oh,
pressing
definitely.
gold on the game.
But yeah, but like
Right.
I said, that's kind of why I like threw a question towards Ubisoft on Twitter. It's like, well, can you elaborate on that? Like, what does this mean? Like, maybe, like I said, maybe this was information they had before, and all of a sudden they're like, oh well, we're not going to release it in November now. We're going to push it back to February. So maybe the November release date was originally it, and we never got it because we never got the trailer until today. So maybe they already delayed the game without telling us.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just thought it was something I'd like to bring up just in case anyone listening that has heard or seen anything else regarding this. Like I said, I read through a lot of the comments on the Reddit post, and I couldn't find any concrete information on whether this was real or some fake thing that someone put out there. Like I said, it's just it was something I wanted to mention in case someone else did hear something. But yeah, as of right now, I can say the three of us are going to be run around Montana.
Oh yes.
February.
Yes, we
February.
will.
Blowing shit up.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's the only bummer on this whole thing is that we're gonna have to wait till.
Yep.
February's going to be a busy month.
Yeah, between this and Red Dead.
Yeah.
That's right.
Damn. That's gonna be nuts. All right, so moving on from Far Cry news, some really good news from Sony actually, and I feel like there was a while there where all I read about Sony was how they were failing and their revenue going down and everything, but they actually just released a statement. This was posted as of this recording 3 days ago, so May 23rd. Sony chief forecasts 20-year high in operating profit. And that's from strong gaming and image sensor businesses. It's just about breaking their record from what they're looking at as far as revenue. They're looking to push their operating profit up 73% actually to 500 billion yen in fiscal 2017. Now, I don't know what that equates to in US dollars, probably something like 17, but 500 billion yen. No, nothing at the joke. Damn, guys.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm actually
Where's my
looking
button
right
I can
now.
push with the
Like-
audience laugh? Okay, no. I don't know. I always just laugh because I something I always see, either in movies or TV shows or I hear about is, you pay 1,000 yen for like a hamburger, and I'm like, this is just so inflated. It's silly.
right.
Why would I don't know, why would your currency be built to have, like you buy a car and it's 30 million, like that just seems silly. Anyways.
Yeah, in Vietnam, it's like crazy. Their money is like a crazy high number, like the yen, or like it's 142,000 whatever it is to buy like a pack of gum.
Yeah,
it's like what?
That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't you just want to scale that down? Like, let's just say that's $1 instead. Be a little easier on everybody. Anyways, totally off topic. So their operating profit surged 73% up to 500 billion yen in fiscal 2017. And what that means is that the last time that they saw such sustained success for a fiscal year was actually in 1997. Its highest recorded profit to date was 525 billion yen. So Sony is thriving right
there.
now.
Yeah. Big time.
That's
wow.
awesome news.
Well, I mean, just look at their console exclusives. Look at the console numbers. What was it? 70 million is their user numbers? 70 million users.
Cumulative sales of the PlayStation 4 consoles expected to reach 78 million in fiscal 2017.
Yeah. So between their console sales, the PS4 and the Pro, which the PS4, the Pro is a small drop in the bucket, but still it's console sales. And their exclusives, the Uncharted series, the hype behind the upcoming The Last of Us 2, Nier Automata, those other like Naiho, there was like 4 or 5 big like Sony exclusives all come in. I didn't play most of them.
Exclusives are fucking
that
killing
just, it. Yeah, and like they're huge popular. Horizon Zero Dawn, like hope for DLC announcement at E3, like everything Sony. And Kojima,
Partnering with Kojima is a big move.
And like Kojima and Guerrilla's joining up, considering Guerrilla's first party. Days Gone's being made by, I can't remember the company's name right off the top of my head.
I don't either.
The company that's doing Days Gone. Jesus, we just talked about them last week. Like all those first party Sony companies are just thriving and getting hype and pushing out games, and like people are wanting to work with them and people are wanting to jump on board.
Yep.
And like Kojima, like that was a huge deal for Sony from when he left Konami, or Konami kicked him out, or whatever way that big drama was. So yeah, they're just killing it. Like I mean, the initial failure of the PS3 when it came out with the inflated price and the hard to work with the hardware and software and stuff really changed after people got the grips on it. And now with the PS4, they're just running away with the console show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and they've been running away with the console. Excuse me. They've been running away with that, anyways. Pretty much right out of the gate. Even on the announcement. You remember the stumble from Microsoft and the complete 180 that they did. Sony's been killing it since the PS4 release, but gaming, as you know, is not their only aspect of or income, like revenue. So they've got their hands in a ton of other things.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying, but just on the gaming side of it, I mean, that's one of their biggest helps in their profit. I mean, that's pretty good considering Sony, does the hardware, they do software, they do music, they do movies, TV, like they get their hands in a big pile, but their gaming side has really pushed the company in the forefront in profit. That's amazing considering how big they already were.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Good news for us, really.
I think so.
Yeah, because they've done nothing but good for us. I mean, their success is going to translate into more good things for us.
100%,
which is going to roll right back into them. So it's a wonderful little circle that we've got going on here. Like,
yes.
This is great. Love Sony. All right, Uber, talk to us. More Sony news. PlayStation Plus, there's an update. What is this about?
Yeah, so apparently Sony's planning some big changes to the PlayStation Plus subscription program. And there isn't a lot of concrete evidence here. We have a little article which just came out a couple of days ago, but apparently they're going to try to push towards getting more people subscribed to the service. And there's some numbers in this article that kind of blew my mind. The one number we already talked about, over 70 million, PlayStation users. Trying to find this other number, 26.4 million PS Plus users or PS Plus subscribers right now, paying members. So think about that. Going right into the profit here, that's a lot of money being spent here.
Yeah, constant revenue. I am surprised though. That's like greatly less than half.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised at that as well. To me personally, and I'm sure you guys as well, owning a PS4, it almost, the Plus service is like a necessity, right? Along with it.
Well, for us, because we play a lot of multiplayer stuff.
Right. I would think that number would be high. I would have, if you would have asked me, I would have guessed it would be in the 50 to 55 million.
You also got to think too. They say which includes 70 million monthly active users. Doesn't technically mean 70 million actual consoles that are, because I mean you got to think how many of those accounts are, second accounts on the console for either someone's alternate account or their kid's account.
But my guess, Plus does
pretty
confidently
over.
Would be less than. I mean, it's certainly not half. At least is double.
No, I was surprised.
The majority of
I was surprised. I was surprised the number was low as it was. But then when you take into account that a lot of those other user numbers too could be based on the fact of, because PlayStation Plus does one of the alternate accounts underneath. Yeah. Like if when the things carry over, so some of that would factor into it. Like not everyone would need to buy it because if they're on someone else's PlayStation. But yeah, 26 million. I was surprised it was that low. But then when you think 26 million, and that's what $60 a month or $60 a year.
Yep, $10 a month if you chose that route.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah. So,
but still a lot of people, and they're still trying to draw in more people. I mean, that's what this is all about. Attract more fans to subscribe to this. Now, there aren't concrete things that this article states that they're going to try to do, and I'm sure we're going to probably get something at E3 maybe. But what do you guys think? I was thinking they're going to try to maybe wrap some entertainment stuff into the service, like movie rentals maybe, or certain, something like that, TV shows, or because they do have that whole TV thing going on now.
Well, you know what I would love to see actually is PlayStation Plus going free multiplayer, and paying subscribers still get the free games
like it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd ever go back to that model.
Well, I mean,
because there's a lot of the thing is, it would make some fans happy, because there's a lot of people that are pissed because if you go on to the PlayStation Plus subreddit when they announce the games for gold,
yep, the
fucking salt in that subreddit. I know a lot of those people are probably Xbox, and I'm going to use the term fanboy. And I'll admit I'm a Sony fanboy to an extent, but it's the people go in there and it's like, oh man, Microsoft just stomped Sony. I'm thinking, really? They're releasing Assassin's Creed 3, Dragon Age, Speedrunners, I was like, and Watch Dogs. Right. I liked Watch Dogs. So many people shit on that fucking game when it came out. Why would they even want it if it's free? Assassin's Creed is 6 years old? Something like that. If anyone who's played the Assassin's Creed series played the game, yes, there's a lot of people that never played it.
Well, I don't want to take away from them though, because that is a much, much more heavy and great content, than the PS Plus.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, Sony hasn't always had the great. People bitch and complain. I know I'm the same thing. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are these games? But to say they stomped Sony with these games, okay, yeah, they're AAA titles, 2 of them, or 3 of them, I guess. Sorry, Dragon Age is in there. I keep forgetting that's there. Yeah. So I don't play the Dragon Age games. But I'm saying, they're freaking out over these games. It's well, how many people have already played these games? Anyone that's been a long time gamer has probably played Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed 3, or those games sell in the fucking millions, right?
Right, but it's probably less geared towards people that have played them before. Gamers are, getting younger and younger, it seems, with each console generation,
Oh no, I get it. It's just funny that people freak out over the games for gold. And I make the comment, and we shit on Xbox every time we get a chance. It's well, they got to give you better games so you stay playing on an inferior console.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, fine. They give AAA titles, but they're old AAA titles where, is it really enough to justify? Oh well, games for gold is better than the PlayStation Plus titles from It's just funny how people go from one extreme to the other. They shit all over Sony when they release the games, no matter what they are. People hate them. And then Xbox games for gold, they're losing their fucking mind. These are the best games to be ever given for free. I just find it funny. And the only thing I could see Sony doing would be they're gonna probably, and that doesn't make a difference to me. They're probably gonna start including the VR title. I'm figuring that's coming.
Yeah.
Because they got to do something for the VR people.
I don't think that's gonna pull in any number of people at all, because
I see
the
that,
VR, the whole VR setup is more expensive than the console itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, definitely.
And I think that's right now the biggest issue with the VR. I think you're not getting people. There aren't any games to warrant that kind of price point. And even if you throw some free PlayStation Plus games in there, that is still not going to get people to spend $600 on a headset. And neither one of these services, Gold or Plus, are console sellers. If that's what I'm boiling it down to, then I'm really not into games.
Well,
that's just.
Then let's talk. What do they need to do to make it a console seller? If they're going to shake up the entire thing, this says that they're let me see, an overhaul. A complete reworking.
Right. So, like I said, you said you think that they might do something entertainment wise, movie, TV side. And Baker, you said maybe they're gonna go back to multiplayer free, then pay for the extra games and
and you get the games and you get discounts and stuff. So that's
kind of
nice.
Like the way it was. Go back to the old kind of way the model was. I'm thinking they're gonna either increase the amount of games we get, or they're really going to make a push at getting new, like bigger, like AAA titles that are not as old, like not 4 or 5 year old titles and stuff. They're going to change to the content we're getting. I think that was one step. Like, I mean, the entertainment side is definitely something, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that really going to be enough draw to get more people to subscribe? I don't know.
Well, what about one of their subscription services?
PlayStation Now, you mean?
Getting bundled in. Yeah, PlayStation Now.
Well, that'd be
It's an
something.
idea. I mean, the other thing I was thinking, kind of maybe, PlayStation, maybe Sony, do something like Sony exclusive games and give PlayStation Plus subscribers a chance to play them a day early or something like that, or maybe even get a discount on digitally purchased games in the PlayStation Store. Now, those are all things that might entice people to sign up for it because they see some value in it. Because I including myself, I think there's a lot of people that pay for the PlayStation Plus service exclusively to play online. I mean, we don't even download these free games, right?
Well, I grabbed them and
you give me 2 free games or 10 free games. If they're all turds, they're still turds. I'm not gonna play, either one because I'm playing my AAA title.
That's my situation. Is I don't care for any of the indies that they throw at us.
Right. We only have so many hours to go around, and we'd rather spend them on Horizon or MLB The Show. Now, if you give me a $5 discount every time I buy MLB The Show on PSN or Horizon or DLC, maybe give me some free DLC on Sony exclusives, something like that.
Well, maybe like a reward system.
Or that. That's a good, something like that might entice more people. But the online community, those people are already subscribed. They have those people. It's trying to get the other people who.
But like I said, there's a lot of people. I know a friend of ours that plays on Sony, and he has some, because I mean, a lot of us are stepped away from Battlefield because a lot of us were playing and got addicted to Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff like that, and non-multiplayer games for a while. And he kind of abandoned his PlayStation subscription. He's looking at the free games going, I'm not even going to bother subscribing to pick those up. I don't care. So I mean, that's one type of person that they want to buy yearly and keep them. So they're going to have to do something to not lose people because, not everyone's playing online right now, or I'm not playing the online games, but all these games I get, or all these discounts I get, or all, whatever accesses are provided extra and above what I paid for before. I mean, I'm definitely interested in what's coming. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm definitely looking for something.
I would like us all to make a guess, and then we'll see when this is revealed how we did or how close we are.
My
money in the jar is that they're going to wrap in one of their subscription services because they're pretty cheap, actually. PlayStation Now is only $10. PlayStation View, also for TV, is pretty cheap. So if they take a slight loss on, I don't know what percentage has subscriptions to either one of those things, but I'm imagining if PS Plus by itself is at less than 50%, then those can't be more than 50%.
God, no.
So would it make more sense to kind of take a hit, but it would translate back over because you'd see an uptick in the PlayStation Plus subscriptions?
You definitely would.
Because especially something as beefy as PlayStation Now, that would be huge.
I think that's a pretty safe guess. But if we're actually making it, I'm just going to say I'm thinking they're overhauling. Either they're going to give us more games, they're going to try for AAA titles on a more regular basis, and possibly bigger discounts.
Yeah, but that's not an overhaul to me though.
No,
that's an improvement for sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like I said,
this isn't a big enough change.
This isn't an official statement from Sony either. Like this is
based.
Yeah. This is still kind of rumor, so it just basically says that while we're waiting for the June games, this is something that's coming. So I mean, like I said, there's no 100% guarantee June is going to be anything new. Maybe they're going to do a big announcement at E3, and that's what we're going to get it because it is in June. Maybe it's supposed to start in July. But yeah, I mean, like I like all the ideas. So it's hard for me to throw out my own guess other than they're going to bigger discounts and to make more gamers happy and to keep people in. They're going to do something. I don't know. I'm at a loss now.
All right. Well, then you're kind of, I would guess, kind of happy with whatever they do.
To a point, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Uber,
I mean, like I'd be happy with now. I'd never pay for the service, but I pay for Plus. So if they're gonna get me included in my Plus, then I'd be happy. Yeah,
I would
definitely,
be
I'd be happy
thrilled.
with now. Yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be. I would actually feel the value of it because right now, as Uber said, like us, like a lot of people, really just pay for the multiplayer. You
Yeah.
know.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if they included, and I've looked, I've been very tempted on several occasions to get PlayStation Now. Just I feel like doing something different, and maybe some of the back catalog games. Like it'd be extremely convenient for me to not have to go out and download them, or I mean, go out and buy them or download them digitally or whatever, take up more space. Like it would just be. It would be such a smart business move to include one of their streaming services into this whole bundle thing.
Yeah.
That would put such an increase in value in it, and also get other types. Like I'm thinking that it might be their PlayStation View service. If they put TV wrapped up into this bundle, that's a huge crowd of PlayStation 4 owners that have this thing sitting there that I think would buy into this. That you get some TV for free out of this. Like for me myself, I don't have cable. I don't pay for any type of TV.
I don't either.
But
That
there's
would be-
definitely stuff that I would watch, and that would get you on the console. That would give them the revenue that keeps coming in, based on the PlayStation Plus subscription. So they're still getting money every single year. Like they're still milking you.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that would bring in a new crowd, and I would say putting PlayStation View or just a huge expansion into the gaming catalog and making it all built into this PlayStation Plus subscription. So in effect, if you're already paying for it and they don't increase the price, it would be a free giant addition to the games that you were able to play. And that would be something exclusively done by Sony and nobody else.
Well,
That's
here's
a
the thing
huge
is too.
thing.
This has always been a speculation. Is maybe they're going to do a tiered service.
Yeah,
where
maybe.
if you just want multiplayer, it's blank amount of money. If you want just the free games, it's a blank amount of money.
Yep.
Or if you want to package your full plus with View and bank, it's a couple more dollars here or there. So I mean, they have services and they have the ability to give bigger discounts and they add more titles. So there's so much to be done that would people like. I don't know. Like I said, as long as they don't jack the price way through the roof and force us to get shit we don't fucking need.
All right, Uber, what's your call, and then we'll.
Oh man, yeah, you stole them all, really. I'm kind of with Panther here. Anything at this point, I only use it for multiplayer, and I just shell out the money. It's just kind of a foregone conclusion for me. So anything they do is going to be a bonus. I mean, I look at it as gravy. But I love you guys' ideas. I mean, there's some good stuff in there, and maybe they are going to move towards a tiered system because I know they're trying to push the View and all that stuff, the TV that they have now. Maybe there's going to be an all-inclusive package where you get everything for a monthly fee or something.
That would be an incredible value.
Yeah, right. I mean, because there are a lot of people like us who maybe don't have cable and they haven't quite committed to trying the Sony service yet, and that would bring people in. Make it kind of an umbrella subscription. I mean, that's a great idea as well.
Well, and that would really drive home the point of the PlayStation 4 being and number one, an all-entertainment console, not just games.
And that's
but like
what
I said,
Sony
also
wants,
drive
right?
that crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they want you to be on the console as much as possible because that's what is going to entice you to do more transactions via the console. So I mean that makes sense. Either way, it's going to be gravy, all of it. We're so, I mean, we live in a pretty good era right now. It's like the golden age of gaming, man.
Yeah, we do. All right, so we're going to move on here. Enough speculation for right now. Panther, talk to us. We can never get away from this game, and it's not a complaint. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, this is a big shout out I want to give it to them. This is they released patch 121, and there was a bug in the game that if you were to get on one of three of the certain mounts, excuse me, that there was causing a crash and a bug within the game. The next day they patched it.
Yeah.
One day.
Bravo.
It's like one day to fix an issue.
Yeah, and like I said, it was because I knew the 1.21 patch was out, and I looked right over the patch notes. I said a lot of little fixes and nothing really new yet. I'm hoping they're going to add like a, either like a Game Plus mode, or reset the bases or something, so you go back and do those after restarting the whole game. So I was kind of looking through the notes. Okay, nothing interesting. I haven't played it really after, and since I got the platinum, I've just been playing a lot of MLB and stuff. So I was like, well, maybe I'll fire it up and go on and play some. And I'm like, I don't have time. So that it's just still there. So anyways, the next day I'm like, oh, these comments with this new patch. I'm thinking, 121 just came out. What the hell's going on? So I read the article, and it's like, yeah, like they encountered an issue from 121, and the next day they released 122 to fix it. Like, that is just sick. Like,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They just continue to amaze us. And once
Really,
again, like I mentioned in a few episodes ago, they've earned my next $60 already. They really have.
Yeah.
I think if they walked in on stage at E3 and said, for the DLC is going to be, you get a different colored spear and a purple hat for Aloy for $35, I think I'd fucking give them the money.
Purple hat.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. But
I'm kidding. I'm just saying, like, they've done such an amazing job with this game. Yeah, there's criticisms and this and that, and there's people that are like not impressed, and like whatever, your own opinions. But I mean, the masses, the game sales, and everything. This game was awesome. The game was so much fun. Yeah, and I mean, like, this is support. I mean, like, they released a patch, and one day later they realized their mistake and they have it fixed. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's definitely awesome.
And also extremely rare nowadays.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. We know that firsthand.
And I'm not saying no other game company has ever done anything like that, or done a quick patch turnaround and stuff like that. And being first partner with Sony would definitely help them getting the patch pushed out right away.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; it's not like they were some weird indie developer that only 3 people have ever heard of. But I mean, yeah, just still the fact that the team was able to, after this many months of release, realize they released a patch, they broke something, the next day fixed it. That's awesome.
Well, it also shows, I think, that they are still heavily working on this game.
Yeah.
Months after it's released now.
Well, yeah, I mean, to put a patch out, I mean, like, that happens a lot down the road, but to put another patch out the next day to fix something they broke.
Yeah.
Before a lot of people even realized it was an issue.
That's really, really flexing some dev muscles. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, they haven't done anything to unimpress me. So yes, Guerrilla Games, bravo.
Absolutely. All right, so moving on here. A Take-Two executive explains the Red Dead Redemption 2 delay. Now, they've got a few quotes here, and I'll just read through them. This is from, and I still don't know who this guy is. What's his name?
It's in a weird spot in the article.
It is a weird spot. Okay, Chief Executive Strauss Zelnick is the guy. Okay, so the quotes here are, we are very sorry for any disappointment this delay causes, but we are firm believers in delivering a game only when it is ready. We're really excited to bring you more details about the game this summer. In the meantime, here's the screenshots, which we talked about last time. Continuing, he says Red Dead Redemption 2 will be their first game, and he's talking about Rockstar here, their first game created from the ground up for the latest generation of console hardware, and some extra time is necessary to ensure that they deliver the best experience possible. He continues again, we attribute this slip, talking about the delay, to Rockstar's infamous perfectionism and don't think it changes the overall unit sales potential for the game. So in that middle quote, the second one, this is the first game created from the ground up for the latest generation. GTA 5 was a port from PS3. So we've seen a lot of extension on the life of GTA 5 with its introduction to PS4 and to PC. Still thriving, still a huge game. And they're constantly doing stuff to it. So we can expect the same amount of support from Red Dead Redemption 2, certainly. Especially, we know there's going to be huge emphasis on multiplayer and the open world, kind of from the last one and improved in every way as far as we can tell. So I'm really excited. Yeah, and Rockstar is one of the companies that when they build a game, I mean, they really go for it. They push it on whatever console it's out. So when GTA 5 released on PS3, that really pushed the capabilities of the system. Now GTA 5 on PS4, not so much because it was a port, but they have a history. For example, Grand Theft Auto 3 on PS2. was revolutionary in terms of what it actually made the system do.
Exactly.
You know, so if they can flex those muscles again, and I'm sure they will. I have the utmost confidence. But if they can really hone, the power of the PlayStation 4 and really push it to its maximum capability, then man, I mean, God, we are just really in for something when this comes out.
Yeah, it's like I said, we were bummed whenever we reported that it was delayed. But I mean, it's expected with a Rockstar game. GTA 5 was delayed. I mean, games to get delayed at this day and age always seem to be the norm. And like I said, Rockstar is not the first company to delay a game. But yeah, it just sucks that we have to wait. That's the only downfall. And I mean, yeah, they come out and they apologize, which they're not stupid. But yeah, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose sales on this. No way. They'll get more sales from this.
Yeah. Well, it's just longer to drum up the hype. And also, if they have something concrete that says when we get closer to release that, if we had stopped at our initial release date or stopped development to gear it towards, going gold and just finishing what we had, this wouldn't have been done. And we wouldn't have been able to do this and this and this. If they can kind of lay out the map of like, this is exactly why, and you're getting a better product for it, I mean, that's going to quell any type of complaint, I think, for sure.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if they could give us a little tidbit saying, since you waited this long, you get this now instead of that. So it'd be nice to see something if they could give us a bit of a timeline difference. It'd be nice to see from them. But like I said, I'm happy that they seem to in plenty of time they realized that they weren't going to have the game ready, and then instead of it being like August 31st. Oh, the game's not coming up again until February now. Son of a bitch. At least now we can we have all this more time to come to peace with the delay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just kind of, I guess, an insider view from Take-Two, and not really saying anything that we didn't know already, but just kind of reinforcing, that they are perfectionists and that there's always a reason to what they do, and to delay something like this only is done for the purpose of perfecting it and giving us a better quality product. So again, as we talked about the last podcast, sad news that it's been delayed, but it's all for the best, and we are absolutely sure of it. And we have the utmost confidence in Rockstar to deliver.
100%.
Yeah. All right, last topic of the night, fellas. Let's get on to it. The Xbox Games Pass. Uber, talk to us about it.
Yes, so that thing is finally going to come out June 1st, I believe. Over 100 games playable right off the bat. And from the looks of it, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is going to be a rotating catalog.
Yes.
So, games are going to come and go. So it's kind of ever revolving, ever rotating. One thing I noticed here, looking at the main kind of hype page, if you have the Game Pass, you can save 20% on Xbox One game purchases and 10% on all related add-ons, but only while the base game is currently in the catalog. So are they saying you're going to save 20% on a game that's in the catalog if you wanted to buy it full time?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, because it's revolving, you're not going to be able to continue. So, for instance, if they have some type of open world game that takes a while, or if it's some type of sports game where you want to get a franchise going, whatever, some of those like more lengthy things.
Right. Brilliant on their part. I mean, still getting, some added revenue there. I mean, I definitely, it's going to be $9.99 per month. Definitely a lot of,
in Canada.
Well, yeah, that's 14,000 Canadian.
500 million yen.
I definitely, I see a lot of value here.
Yeah.
It all depends who you are, what you're playing, what you do, right? For me personally, they have a 14-day trial I just saw, so I'm definitely going to try that out. But I don't know if I'm going to subscribe to it full time, just because of the type of gamer I am. The games that are out right now, I just won't have time to play all these games. But for somebody getting into the Xbox One, just buying the console, once again, just like EA Access,
a great value.
It is some great value. If you don't want to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of different games, you pay $10 here, and right off the bat you have some pretty good titles. I mean, the Xbox 360 titles as well, some pretty iconic titles in here.
Yep.
I'm looking over the Xbox One titles right now. Sunset Overdrive, that's one that interests me. I've never played it. I mean, I'll probably pick that up, in the free trial. And then there's some kids games that my son could enjoy, but it's kind of a good mix of all kinds of games. There's sports, there's NBA 2K16. They got Operation Flashpoint. I don't know about that game. Haven't played that at all.
That's a great game, actually. It's kind
is
of
it?
like a military sim, similar to Arma, I would say.
Okay. And then there's also arcade games. You got the Pac-Man Museum. You got some of the old school Sega titles.
I was about to say
like
the Sega Vintage Collection. That's nice.
That's intriguing. You got Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. There's some good stuff in here. Soul Calibur for the 360, which I played a lot back when I had a 360. So there's definitely value here. I like it. I really do. I'll try it out. I don't know. You guys don't have Xbox Ones, but
no, but I can see the value in this. This is absolutely one of the times where I will concede that Microsoft made a good decision. And this is good. I like it. And the idea of the rotating package, I think is somewhat of an improvement for them business wise versus like the PlayStation Now catalog, but only because they have built into the what am I trying to say? Kind of into the operating system here of this idea that you were going to be purchasing these games, or you have the option to it. Then they give you a discount, but they're still getting you to purchase older games.
Yes.
Like that's a good incentive to buy it. That you get a discount for it. But
absolutely,
it's a good business decision, I would say. PlayStation Now, I love the idea of the service, and it's cheap, it's affordable. But I don't know, maybe you don't want to stream it, or if you wanted to take your PS4 somewhere and maybe they didn't have the best internet or whatever. PlayStation Now is somewhat limited by your internet capability.
That was the one thing I wanted to bring up as well. This is not streamed. I mean, you are downloading the game and playing it. So that I like that better than streaming, because like you said, you could be limited with connectivity and stuff.
No, for me personally, I'm not, because I don't take my PS4 anywhere and I've got good internet. So for me, it's not an issue with like PlayStation Now and how it's set up, but it could alienate some people that have slower internet, or even, it does take away from people that, just, I don't know. I feel like the discounts that they have built into the Game Pass is a good decision. I like that idea.
Agreed.
And it's good for them as a business.
Yep. Very much so. I'll definitely I'll try it out here these I guess starting next week for 2 weeks. I'll try it out and I'll check back in in a future podcast.
Okay.
But
cool.
definitely interesting the way this is like PlayStation Now, but they've tweaked it.
Yeah.
They definitely looked at maybe limitations of what Now offers, and they've offered something. The rotating game thing, though, and I guess if once you download it, I guess you'd have it on your console till you're done with it.
I don't think so.
I would think they would probably block it at some point once.
That would for me be the reason for them rotating it.
But I mean, the worst thing is, so in other words, like, I don't know how the Now service works, other than I know you can stream games, but I mean, I don't know. So in other words, say I wanted to play the Gears of War that they're showing pictured here in like every damn image, or one of the other games, say Mad Max, and I don't have time to sit down and play. How long do I have? Like, what's the rotation period? Is it once a month?
Probably
2 months?
Probably once a month. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
That's a good cycle change. It's certainly not going to be every week, every 2 weeks, I don't think.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't be static enough, because they want to drum up, from different sales. If you have the same game lineup for 2 months, you're going to see a sharp decline in how many people are actually buying these, even with the discounts.
True.
So they want it constantly fresh and constantly new, and that gives more incentive for people to buy into this service.
And have you guys seen how many games they're going to be rotating in and out? That's another question. I mean, obviously they're not going to go 100 games every month, right? They're probably going to rotate a handful in and out.
They could. I mean, I'm not sure. It says over 100 Xbox One and Xbox 360 titles. So for
Mm-hmm.
both of these consoles, I mean, we are talking hundreds and hundreds of games that have been released. Now, of course, all of them are not
True.
quality.
Right.
That's
So
true.
you're probably right that some of these games are going to remain on there, and it's probably going to be the Microsoft exclusives. Like the Halo franchise, you're probably banking on seeing a Halo. If not the
Yeah.
same one, then at least one of them
Okay,
every single time.
here it is. Here, some of the questions. Once I download a game from with Xbox Game Pass, do I own it? Here's the answer: no. Xbox Game Pass catalog will update with new games being added every month. You'll need an active Xbox Game Pass subscription to play games. If you love a game currently in the catalog and want to own it, you can buy it and instantly save 20% off the price of the base game with your Pass membership and get 10% off additional add-ons. So in other words, if there's DLC, Season Pass, you also get a discount off those. So yeah. So like I said, it's once a month. So if you get the game the first of the month, you have like then up to 28 days in February, the shortest month, to actually beat the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, for some things that'll be easy. Some things it won't be, depending on people's timeline.
And I wonder if they're gonna put some kind of notification in. I mean, like, hey,
Probably.
this game is about to expire, or if you're just gonna like hope you finish it by the end of the month.
No,
'cause
I'm sure
I
there's
gotta
got to
be
be the
something,
wording,
right?
Yeah, because again, to try to entice sales, they would say, "Oh, you've only got 1 week left of this game. Like it? Why don't you buy it? Here's a discount."
True. Yeah, I'm sure
more money for them.
Yep, that's
and there's no limit on how many games you can download for that month.
Yeah, you could download all of them, I guess.
Yeah,
but...
says get your storage ready. Gamers love to play, which is why Xbox Game Pass gives you unlimited access to over 100 backwards compatible Xbox 360 and Xbox One games.
See, but that's a limitation right there.
Why they're active in the catalog.
That's one thing that I think PlayStation Now. I would say for me the better service would be PlayStation Now, not only because the catalog is practically unlimited, but also streaming means you're not taking up your storage. So if you have the internet capability, I think Now is probably the better way to go. But if you want to download a bunch of these games and then you take your console over somewhere, you can take them anywhere you want. Then you could just play them.
Yeah.
With PlayStation Now, do they have current titles as well, or fairly current titles?
Somewhat, not extremely current, not as current as I would like to see.
It's pretty similar to what we're looking at here. With
Halo 5, 2K16, Payday 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing new in what they're showing here.
No, but those games aren't like, they're not all Xbox 360 games.
Right.
So I don't know what the PlayStation Now can pull up.
It's pretty similar. It's pretty similar. Like a year, you'll probably have a year-old titles in there and older, but nothing super current. But have either one of you guys used the now service at all?
Yeah.
Is it quality-wise? Is it do you notice any kind of difference of playing from a disc or anything compared to this service?
I don't notice any difference at all.
Wow. Okay.
It was wonderfully simple and easy. You browse the catalog, you pick something. It has a brief loading period to where it kind of buffers up the stream. Mm-hmm. And then you go, and it's exactly the same as if you pop the disc in. You've got your menu, you can mess with settings, you can do all your stuff, and then you get into it, and it saves to the cloud, so you can just continue anytime that you want.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, because I mean, you do save that time. Because I mean, if I wanted to use this service here on Xbox One right now, and I wanted to play 2K16, good luck playing that tonight, right? I mean, I'd probably have to spend a good portion of tonight downloading it first.
Yeah.
So there is something to be said about that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the PlayStation Now, and it shows 450 plus titles.
Yeah, wow. It's very beefy.
Recent additions are Sniper Elite 3, Dark Sector, Star Wars Force Awakens, or Star Wars The Force Unleashed, 2, Star Wars Complete Lego Saga, which is fucking hilarious. I love those Lego games. Sonic 2 Adventure, and Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 2, sorry.
Yeah.
So those games are
about
just
the
added.
same time period, I would say. Within a year or two, you'll see
Uncharted. It shows Uncharted, and it shows the Red Dead Redemption's here, God of War 3, Mafia 2, Batman Arkham.
It's got plenty of big games.
hundreds of hours of play here, and that's
you
definitely
see,
the
the
way
thing
I
is,
go.
you only get a 7-day free trial with theirs. I don't. That's not enough time because I never. I know I would get booed at every time I say it, but I never beat Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, every time you say it, it hurts.
I know, because like I said, I had it on 360, my console red ringed, and I never picked it up for PS3. Yes,
You know, I can see it right now. In a year from now, we're gonna be doing that when Uberyoutuber says that he's never finished Horizon Zero Dawn.
oh, fuck. Probably. God. Yeah. So there you go. If you're on Xbox, you have an option now to have a somewhat similar type service to what PlayStation has now. So there you go. Xbox is stepping up.
Yeah, between this and EA Access, you really you're set up pretty good, pretty nicely.
Yeah. More monthly subscription money though.
Yeah, but the versus value, you know, if you got the whatever this is good, Game Pass, excuse me, I just blanked out on it. I don't know why. If you got the Game Pass, you know, right there, the amount of time that you could spend playing those games for the money that you pay for it, that's significantly cheaper than buying new games.
If there's a lot of games like you've never played before, and if you don't buy a lot of current titles at full price, and if you weren't Xbox, if you weren't paying for gold, I mean $9.99 a month to have access to like 100 games is pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yep.
But like I said, there's advantages, and I know the EA Access gives you some free games and stuff, full titles and everything else. So there's definitely some value for those services. So maybe that's what Sony's gonna do. Maybe they're coming up with their own type of thing with Plus. They're gonna try to add in
PlayStation Access.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I would honestly, EA Access is it's just amazing to me because not only do you get that catalog of games you can download, and they're semi-new games as well. The cool thing is you get 10 hours of playtime on all the new releases, and you get to play them early. So without spending a dime aside from the subscription, you know, you get to play the newest games at least for 10 hours 4 days before they come out. So I mean that alone is huge value in my opinion. And make up your mind that way if you want to buy it or not. You know, that's huge. We don't get that enough.
Like I said, I think Sony kind of dropped the ball when they didn't incorporate that in their thing. But I think they must have something down the pipe. Maybe that's what we're getting. Who knows?
Yeah. Yep.
More speculation.
Yeah, we'll see. Exciting times though. A lot of good stuff happening. All right. So that's the end of the podcast for tonight. As always, we want to welcome any questions or comments that you guys have. Either drop a comment on the YouTube video that this will be on, or you can tweet us at 4Player Co-op Live. Also, if you have our individual Twitters followed, you can do that as well. But our collective group one that we all get on is the 4Player Co-op Live Twitter. So tweet us there, or you can listen to us on SoundCloud as well. However you want to talk to us, we found a way for you to do it. So whatever's convenient for you guys. So thank you very much for listening. Getting to the end of this podcast once again. Sorry for the 3-player co-op. One of these days we'll get back to the full crew, and when we do, it will be glorious.
Glorious.
So thanks so much for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Later.
See ya.